Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 96. Four more to 100. Oh, my lord. I am one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host of this awesome show that's almost at 100
I'm
episodes.
I'm DT3. What's up? We're almost at
Yeah.
100, man. We're gonna be there pretty soon, man. God damn.
Right? And it feels
Triple
like we just
digits,
we just started.
almost.
I was sitting in Discord last night with Daniel, and Majin was there as well. And we were just talking, and I was like, man, we've made so many improvements over this past year to Cantina that I feel like it's such a better show than it was originally when we first started. We've made so many improvements. The show,
Oh, when it
I've
first
loved it from
started, yeah,
I've loved the show since we started, right? I mean, like, because it's ours. It's obviously when something's yours,
exactly.
you care about it. But man, we've
Yeah,
made it so much better the past year for sure
absolutely,
in
man.
so
There's
many
been
ways.
a heap of improvements from the. If you go back and watch that first episode, man, it's kind of like I enjoyed doing that first episode because it was a really fun one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But man, is that one look rough and probably sound rough.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, man, since that first episode, we've gotten hardware upgrades, we've gotten software upgrades, we've gotten changes for the better. I've improved at making the graphics. Uh, we got a better logo that Daniel made. You know, all this awesome stuff
It's
for the show. So
steady climb up, man, and we
yeah,
still got we still got a ways to go, but hey, man, we're slowly but surely making it happen.
yeah, boy. Um, if you notice, I'm using my old webcam. That's because that new webcam I had to send in to get replaced because of a stupid issue with Razor. So that will
Damn
probably
you
be back.
issues.
That'll probably be back with the next episode, next show. I hope. The new the better camera. Um, but yeah, we got some news here. We got some stuff to talk about. Second half of the show, we'll be talking about our favorite movie villains. Um, so that'll be fun. Uh, I've got 10 and some honorable mentions. I imagine that's what Daniel has as well.
Yes.
Um, But what we usually do is go over what we've been up to the past week. Daniel, what have you been up to this past week?
Uh, I've been up to several things. I've been playing more Apex. I've been playing more Final Fantasy 14. I reached level 50 in that, and I am gonna be playing a bit more because they came out with like this really cool jacket that I want, and it looks sick, and it would look badass on my character. So yeah, I want it. I want it. Played more Ghost of Tsushima Legends last week. I streamed it on 2 days. I think it was Wednesday and Thursday of last week. And I mean, you guys already know how I feel about that game. I absolutely love it. So playing more of that, more of the Legends mode. I did more. I played some of the missions. I hadn't beaten them on the gold difficulty, so I got on that. I got better gear. Still got a ways to go on that, but we made a little bit of progress. Got some better gear and whatnot. So I did that. Played a bit of Fall Guys. I think I'm almost at the level 50 rank. I'll probably play more of that this week. Play a little bit more New World. I haven't played New World as much as other stuff these days, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I still enjoy it, but it's just like, you at a certain point you get stuck on a thing where it's like, man, I only like I have to do like dungeons to
Mm.
level up this grind because the missions that they give me are like too high level for me. So I'm like, well, I gotta level up some other way so I can do these main missions or whatever. Um, but yeah, that's where I am with that. And then I watched the What Happened to Brittany Murphy two-part documentary on HBO Max. That's crazy, man. If you were like a fan of hers at all, definitely check that out because
I definitely need to check that out. I haven't seen
yeah,
it yet.
it's two parts. They're both like 56, 57 minutes long or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's good. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy. They talk about her life from like when she was a kid to like, up until when, she passed away. So it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend that one though. Uh the new Animal Crossing update came out, so I've been playing a lot of that. That has really like my like Animal Crossing want to play the game, like my need to play the game or whatever, however you phrase that, has not been higher than now for you know for a long time. Like this new update really brought a lot of cool stuff for the game, so it's it's made me want to play it again, and I've been playing it every day for the past, I don't know, 3 days or something. It's fun, man. It's just cool seeing all the new things, and it's just in general, it's nice when games bring out updates that make you want to play a game that you used to play a lot, but so,
Mm-hmm.
so that's cool. Been playing a lot of that, and then I started watching Cowboy Bebop. I remember I told you guys last week that I was maybe gonna start it. Well, here we are. Not only did I start it, but I am on episode 16. That's the next one. So I need what, like 10 more episodes, and then I'm done with the whole thing. So I'll
Yep.
probably by this time next week I'll probably be done with it. Because I watched like half of it already, and the other half I'll probably watch within the next week. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. My favorite episode is the 10th one. That one kind of hit me with the foot with the with the Jets backstory and whatnot. I felt that one. I felt it. So that episode was great. And then I'm digging the characters. Um, at first I was a little confused by having a girl character called Edward, but you get over it really quick. It's cool though. I actually like the main group that we got. So even the dog Ian is really cool. So I'm looking forward to checking out the rest. I don't remember where you left off, Josh, but
I'm on episode 9. I just looked. I was like, I have not seen episode 10 yet.
oh
So
damn. Okay, well,
I didn't realize that I'd only watched that many. I thought I'd watched more than that, but I guess I'm like
Yeah,
right there.
I thought you watched I thought you were like almost done, like maybe like on
I
episode
thought
20 or
I thought
something,
I was further than I was too, but I guess not. But I might take up and start watching it and finish it up as well.
Yeah, it's been good, man. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so episode 10 has been my favorite so far. That one I really I felt that one. Um but yeah, there's been some good stuff. I'm looking forward to checking out the rest. And yeah, it's been a fun ride with that show so far. I'm really enjoying the noir western sci-fi vibes that we get from it. So, and then yesterday Josh and I started playing some Halo Reach.
We did. We played some Halo Reach.
So as you guys know, Josh is not the biggest fan of the Halo, like he's
Hmm.
not the biggest fan of the Halo series, so that might be a surprise to some of you, but yeah, I we started playing it. The first one chronologically is Halo Reach, so we started playing that, and was having fun with it. It was all right. It's a decent game. Like it's fun
Yeah.
little co-op. I wish there wasn't so much lag at times, but
Yeah.
I mean, other than that though, I mean, it's all right. It's I was having fun with it. It was pretty decent. We got like halfway through the Halo Reach, so we'll probably play more of it within the next week or so.
Yeah. I would say we probably complete Halo Reach by the time we do the next podcast if we play.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, that's fun.
Yes, but that's pretty much what I've been up to. Definitely be playing some more of that stuff here within the next week for sure. Um, but yeah,
All right.
what have you been up to, Josh?
So Friday I went and I saw The Eternals. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go see it,
Hey,
but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna ignore those reviews. I'm gonna make up my own mind. So I took the nephew. We went to the movies. Nobody was there because there's nobody been in this movie theater in like forever. That's not true. There were people there seeing Eternals. They're just not like a lot. Man, I remember when a side tangent. Pre-pandemic days when I used to go see a movie, that some bitch was packed. Now I go and it's like, wow, there's not that many people in here. It's all spread out. And I kind of like it because it means I get to sit where I want and I don't have to worry about anybody around me. Um, so yep, I saw Eternals. I will say this on Eternals without spoiling it. Um, Try not to pay attention to the reviews. I honestly feel like the reviews have done that film pretty dirty. It is definitely not the worst, in my opinion. Definitely not the worst in the MCU movies, which to me is like Thor 2,
Yeah, I
The
agree
Dark
with
World.
that.
Uh, but Eternals, I had a good time with it. It had some interesting characters. They did some things. The post credit scenes were dope. Um, so if you're thinking about seeing it and you're like, I don't know, the reviews are getting to me. I don't know if I want to see it. Go see it. Make up your own mind. Don't let a bunch of people on the internet that have issues with very minor things and want to go on tangents and just fucking vote down a pretty decent movie is kind of stupid. Um, it's a good movie. I didn't know what to expect because I don't think a lot of us know anything about the Eternals really.
Yeah,
Um, but I enjoyed it. I thought they were cool, and I looks forward to seeing Hawkeye later this month, and then Spider Man next month. So uh, it'd be interesting. I've gotten a little bit back into Star Wars: The Old Republic. I just logged on the other day to spend my cartel coins and buy these robes I wanted. I bought them, and then I just started playing the game instead of stopping to play. Um, so I've been logging on and playing for a few hours each day on the Jedi Knight, which I've already completed the story on the Jedi Knight before, but I was like playing one of my other
do it again. Why
characters.
not?
Yeah, I mean I enjoy it. So it's good to hop back in, and I think they're getting. I don't know how true this is, but I feel like every week they're dropping like more and more info about what they're changing in this patches that are coming for their next expansion, Legacy of the Sith or whatever I think it's called. Let me double check that for you
Well,
guys.
like it has
What's
to
the
come
name?
out pretty soon, right? Like within the next month or something, maybe.
They said it's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, I mean, I would. It has to be soon, man, because the 1 year anniversary is coming up,
Yeah,
or the 10 year anniversary. Sorry, not 1 year. 10 year. I forgot the zero. The 10 year anniversary of the Old Republic is coming up. So they,
yeah,
I mean, you'd imagine that it's coming out pretty soon.
and they've come out and said like, hey, we got way more plans for Star Wars: The Old Republic. So
Yeah, they're
like
not planning on stopping anytime
they're
soon.
not
Yeah,
giving up on the game, which is good. They've been making money with it, I guess, with the cartel shop and stuff. So, um, it's enough for them to be like, "Hey, we're still rolling."
yeah,
So that's good for the SWTOR fans like me. I enjoy it. I've had good times in there. I enjoy the stories. Um, so I hope that's soon, and I know when that drops, we'll be playing.
oh
We'll
for
be
sure.
playing it again.
I've been waiting for them to come out with that update so that I could create a new character and start all over again.
Yeah, boy.
Because in the meantime, I just been playing New World and Final Fantasy. So I'm like, well, once
Hmm.
that Star Wars comes out, though, we're gonna be on that. We're gonna be on that Old Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Tuesday, which is when we did the podcast last week, with Katie. So if you haven't seen it, go check out that episode. We had Katie on there. We're talking Mass Effect and N7 Day, which happened to be yesterday, by the way. Um,
Yep.
I hope you all had a nice N7 Day. Um, but Tuesday that night was the Game 5 of the World Series, with my Atlanta Braves taking on the Houston Astros, the much hated Houston Astros. Uh, Game 5, the Braves were up 1. They only had to win this game, and they win the whole series, and they won 7-0. We were watching the game in Discord, uh, and we watched the Braves break the curse, the Atlanta sports curse. For those of you that don't know anything about sports, let me tell you this something. The Atlanta sports teams have been just about cursed in every sport except for soccer, I guess, which I don't watch. So, um,
So I'm telling you, that's just why you got to get into other sports, man. So
mm,
when one team disappoints you, you go to the next one, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was so bad. I'll tell Daniel. Daniel knows. He was there. I was talking to him. Like this curse is so bad. I was telling Daniel, I'm not watching the game. I'm not watching it because if I watch it, they'll lose. Um, but I ended up turning the game on. And was like, fuck it. If they're gonna break the curse, I'm gonna watch this some bitch.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
so yeah, the Atlanta Braves won the World Series last Tuesday. Um, for the first time since 1995, I think they won the series.
95, dude.
Uh huh.
That is a long time.
Mm-hmm. There's some players on that team that have been with the team for so long, like Freddie Freeman, that
The boy
deserve that
Freddie, yeah.
win. Yeah, boy, Freddie Freeman, pay that man. I think the Braves have said they definitely want to pay him
Pay that
and
man.
get him back for the team next year. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty hype. I was in the sports channel on Daniel's Discord a lot, posting like highlights and fucking
Videos and whatnot. Yeah.
videos. Yeah, just funny stuff that happened throughout the game and throughout the week as they came home and did the parade that went way too fast, in my opinion, in
Oh,
most
dude,
people's opinions.
talk
Uh,
about you guys not break having a curse. That's how you know you guys have a curse of not winning. Fucking the parade is they're driving at like 30 miles an hour, bro. You gotta drive slow, bro. You gotta give these people some time. How you just gonna speed past all your fans, dude? That's messed up, man.
I don't know. I don't know. And on top of that, like nobody knew who was where because they had like Freddie Freeman was in a truck. Some of the team was in a bus. George Soler was also in a truck, and they were all like spread out, so you couldn't tell who was with where. It was a little weird.
Not
Um,
good, man.
yeah. But they went up and they had a party at the park. They had Ludacris and Big Boy were there. Um, and it was a good time. It's been a good week, man. It's crazy that it's like even when you're up 7-0, and it was like the last out, I was like, okay, what could possibly go wrong here? Um, but hey, they won in the end. And I'm not a big
Yeah.
baseball guy. I've said this. I'm not. Um, but I was watching the World Series, and I do know some of those players on there, so it was really satisfying to get to see them win, and for the city of Atlanta to have like a fucking sports victory. And after so goddamn long and so many disappointments, everybody remembers the Super Bowl and the fucking Patriots
Oh
and all that shit.
man.
Like, oh my god, fuck Tom Brady. Anyway, we can
Hey,
wrap
you
this
want from
up
New
and
York? The Tom Brady's a fucking bitch. Anyway,
we can move on
yeah, we'll move on.
to the
All
news.
right, so that's what we've been up to the past week. Let's head on over to the gaming news of the past week.
We have some stuffs.
Um, yes, we have some stuffs indeed. So the first thing that we have for this week, my hair would cooperate. All right, the first thing we have is that Marvel's Midnight Suns has been delayed to the second half of 2022.
I feel like I knew this was gonna happen. I feel like some of us saw this coming. Uh,
So it was announced in September, and they said the combat would be completely different from that of XCOM. Uh, that it's kind of partly a card game, as we saw through the gameplay trailer. And this is they threw up they call it an important development update over on Twitter, which says, "Hey everyone, on behalf of Firaxis Games, thank you for sharing just how excited you are for Marvel's Midnight Suns. We've been thrilled to see your reaction to everything from our announcement of the game to the reveal of our card-based tactical combat. Marvel's Midnight Suns is a true dream project for the team, and we can't express what an honor it is to create something new in the Marvel Universe. We decided to share that we've made the very tough decision to move our launch window to the second half of 2022. We know many fans were looking forward to playing the game originally next spring, and this decision did not come lightly. We decided to push our launch because we need more time to make this the best game possible. We believe in our creative vision for Marvel's Midnight Suns and want to do justice in delivering an unforgettable adventure set in the supernatural side of Marvel. These extra months will be used to add more story, cinematics, and overall polish, and will be essential in helping us make our vision a reality. Thank you for understanding. You are the best fans in the world. Jake Solomon, creative director, and Garth DeAngelis, senior franchise producer." So, Josh, what do you think? You said you saw this coming, so the floor is
I
yours.
I feel like I feel like we knew it was some things were gonna get delayed because like that first half 2022 is just fucking loaded, right? So why would you go in there and try to compete with all that other shit
That makes
when
sense.
when you can take those extra few months and improve your game even more, which we've always said, hey, we're totally fine with delays on games. Everybody remembers bad games. So we want good games. And to get good games, you have to put work on them. And to put work on them, you need time. So I think the delay is a good thing. I'm curious. I'm curious to when that new date will be. And I'm excited. I'm actually kind of excited for this game. Like I love Firaxis. I love the team that is behind this because I'm a big XCOM guy. I really like Jake Solomon and what they do over there at Firaxis. So, um, and I'm just excited because we're getting a lot of Marvel games that are going to be coming too, like in the
Yeah, there's
next
a lot of them coming up.
next few years. So
I mentioned
I'm
that I think
curious to
last
try this
week
out.
or something. We have over at the shit. I'm forgetting the name. Insomniac. That's what we're there. Over at Insomniac, we got Spider-Man 2 and the Wolverine game. We
Hmm.
just we just had the Guardians game come out. We have the Midnight Suns. We have that Amy Henning game coming out as well. So and we don't even know what that's about yet. So the future is looking kind of cool from Marvel games.
Yeah. I know people are really worried about the card mechanics of Midnight Suns, but honestly, it did not look bad to me with what they showed when they showed off that gameplay in that Sabretooth fight. I think it looks fine. Uh, I know some of the stuff that they showed in those early videos looked rough, and that's probably a little bit why they delayed as well. Like some of that stuff looked like it's going to need a lot of work. So uh,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. Like, yeah. But yeah, I am super interested in Midnight Suns, and I think this delay is a good thing. So those are my thoughts. Do you have any thoughts, Daniel?
Not really. I mean, the way you kind of were like, yo, there's a lot of games coming out in early 2022. I think that makes sense, right? Like, just don't have your game come out when everything else is coming out, and then just yeah, I mean, you give yourself more time to, you know, just make the game better. Because as we all know, better to have a game be delayed and come out and be good than to have the game come out be crappy. Because then guess what? Nobody's ever gonna forget that, dude.
Yeah, nobody's
Nobody
ever
ever nobody
got
ever
Cyberpunk.
forgets, dude. Yeah, no Cyberpunk. Like everybody always remembers Battlefront 2 when that came out and was that they had the fiasco, fucking No Man's Sky. Like even though those two games have improved since then,
Hmm.
what do people still think about though when they first came out, right? And like how bad those, launches were. So and again, I love both Battlefront 2 and No Man's Sky. They're both fun ass games, but
Hmm.
when they came out, and then even I love Cyberpunk too, but like again, they just when you have a rough launch, man, it's hard to brush that off, man. Even if you do, continue to support your game for the years after it comes out. So
Hmm.
it's just better to have your game be good on release instead of adding on to it after it's out. But anyway, yeah, I think this makes sense for them to do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. The next thing we have here is I have not seen this yet, but it's also because it's a 20-minute video. But we have
Yep.
like a gameplay preview for Elden Ring,
I did watch this.
and this is a PC build that's still in development. So um yeah, this is Elden Ring. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of these types of games, but who knows? Maybe this gameplay preview will change my mind. I don't know.
Something about it grabs me, and I don't know quite what it is. Maybe it's just how cool the characters look. They show off a lot of different weapons in this preview. Um, and I'm gonna skip around in it as well as we
Yeah,
watch
I
it
mean, it's a
because it is
20-minute
20
video,
minutes.
so
Um, but I don't know, I like how mobile it is. I guess they got the horse there and the characters riding
dang,
that.
yeah, the horse just appears out of nowhere. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
There's a lot of cool things that appeal to me in here. Like there's like
What the shit is that, dude? Those like things carrying that big ass
I
fucking.
don't know, but they're fucking spiked in like
What
the fucking
the
chest.
hell, dude? That's
The
nuts.
world looks super interesting to me in Elden Ring, and then just this fucking big ass dragon just
Oh, that's
shows up
the
out of
dragon,
nowhere.
bro. What the fuck?
Uh, yeah.
What
Uh,
the hell is that? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. And there's some people out there that are already getting to play some Elden Ring. I know, like there's some
Well,
like JP's one of them, but they can't like stream it, but they can try it out.
I know there's
Uh,
like beta signups too, right? I mean, they're you
yeah,
can't sign up for it anymore, but you were able to.
yeah. Um, I don't know. Something about this is super interesting to me, and I would love to. I think I might check this out. I might check this out when it comes out. Um, Even though I don't usually play these types of games either, the closest I ever came was like Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So, and that's oh, I kind of want to play Fallen Order again. Anyway, this looks really
Oh, right in the eye, dude.
uh, really interesting to me as well. And they swap around and show different characters and different builds, weapon types, builds, I guess. There's the magic in this. They show off some magic that characters do that looks crazy, and I've seen people play Dark Souls, and the magic doesn't look nearly as good as what they show in this gameplay preview to that stuff. So this looks kind of nutty. I am gonna start skipping around a bit now.
What the fucking
Gang.
Iron Fist?
They show the map. I wanna get to where we can see the map here because it looks pretty cool. Also, just want to say, I'm gonna pause right here on this scene. Like this shit looks dope. Also, I need to drop this
That is
down.
pretty cool.
Um,
That does look
uh,
pretty sick.
and here's the map. And the map looks
Oh,
fucking
there it
cool as
is.
shit. Like I
Yeah, it does
could.
look cool.
Oops, let me fix
It
Daniel's
does look cool, man.
camera.
Not bad. I like the look of the map for sure. Use markers.
Yeah. Like that's the
Hmm,
kind of shit that you want to print out and put on your wall. Is what I was gonna say. I got distracted. Sorry. Um,
gotcha.
but yeah, let's skip ahead a little bit more. We'll skip around a bit.
Do they include like a version of this map on one of the like the deluxe editions or whatever
I don't know.
of the game?
Maybe we'll look at those before we move on from this because they did announce those as well.
I know they have
Um,
like a the version with like a helmet and shit too. I know that.
yeah, and that's pretty dope. And you get the
Yeah.
statue and stuff, so that's cool.
Look at that big ass tree, dude. Dang.
I'm sorry, but all I can think of is Ghost of Tsushima as they run around on this horse with sword up. Um,
Oh yeah, right.
let's skip ahead a bit here. Skipping.
Attack the carriage.
They show off like some weapon combos that can like you can swap like weapons mid combo or something. If I understand that's right. Um,
He like shot a dude with the bow and stabbed him when he was on the ground.
does some fucking magic air shit. A variety of unique attacks can also be interchanged between weapons, so that's pretty cool. Maybe that's what it was. I'm gonna skip ahead a bit more. Here's the thing that's neat: you can summon spirits to help you in battle. Not like the Dark Souls, you could summon in like another player and stuff. Although they do show that later on. Also, look at this double-bladed
Okay.
sword. It made me think of KOTOR when he's using it. Um,
Hmm.
uh, so I think that's pretty neat. Also, you can fucking dual wield. I mean, look at this shit. This looks freaking cool. This shit looks cool to me. That appeals to me. But yeah, they got the summons again, like they did in the old Dark Souls games, which I've never played any of them, probably never will. Um, but yeah, there's some stealth mechanics. I don't know if there were stealth mechanics in the old Dark Souls games because I didn't play them.
Hmm.
This is like a world boss, I think that shows up. I'm just skipping through the video and showing off some
Oh
things
yeah,
on it.
boss of the area.
Yeah, like an
Another
area
player. Let's
boss.
go. Here we go. They're about to bring in somebody.
But look at some of this magic shit that happens. This shit's crazy. Look at that fucking Kamehameha shit. Um, pretty cool.
Oh
I
wow,
was
that
trying.
like raining,
Yeah,
that like cloudy magic rain attack, whatever the hell that was. That looked cool. Like visually,
yeah.
that looked cool. What the fuck? A dragon head?
Mm-hmm.
Some
Hidden
wow.
areas, characters. Skip through a little more. Bro, Twitch is tripping today. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh
If you're
man.
watching this on Twitch right now, I'm literally getting ads on my own channel when I'm in the stream manager, so that's fucking really stupid if that's an actual change that Twitch has made. All because their player broke and I had to refresh it. Um, so I'm gonna shit on you for a second, Twitch, because that's really fucking stupid. Um,
A
there was one
chest
last thing I
in
wanted to
the
show.
room.
There's a boss fight toward the end they show that was really cool and gross and creepy. Here it is.
Thou art a true born heir, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well,
This thing's a trip.
Big ass dragons and shit.
Oh, look at all those hang-ins.
Ugh.
playing as a lord.
Oh, that's nasty.
Also, one thing we haven't mentioned is the music in this is pretty dope. And it's fixing to really get dope when this fight starts.
Lord of all that is golden.
Look at that. That dude is the rock, paper, scissors champion of the world. You know?
That's awful looking.
He could do like 8 thumb wars. Okay? He can conquer nations. Also, damn, that thing moves fast. I'm curious to what the UI looks like, because they obviously have it turned off for this. They
Yeah.
obviously also have invulnerability on for this, because he's taken several hits that's like, yeah, you should be dead.
Yeah.
Fucking dragon arm.
Fucking dragon on. Yeah, you should be dead off that, dude.
Thank you for watching.
Well,
Thank you all for
damn.
watching.
There's a bit of Elden Ring for you.
Did any of that grab you, Daniel? Did anything kind of tickle your fancy on it?
I mean,
Or
like
nah?
having played Bloodborne again more recently too, I kind of am like, oh, well, maybe maybe I could give these games another try. I'm still not like super sold on it, but like, I mean, it does look a little bit more interesting, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have to watch somebody play it or something. You know.
All right. Let's Elden Ring. Oh, we wanted to look at those editions. Let's look at those collector's
Yeah.
editions really quick for Elden Ring. Let me pop them bad boys open for us. Here, so we got there's a digital deluxe edition that comes with the art book and soundtrack in the game. Then we get into like the physical stuff. So let me open this photo. Maybe it's bigger and looks better. Hey, yeah, there we go. For you guys here, you pre-order and get a digital adventure guide plus bonus gesture. With this is the collector's edition. You get the digital soundtrack. You get a statue of Malina, I guess is how you say her name. The blade of
Melina,
Miquella.
I think they said it in the thing we just
Did
watched.
they? I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I had it muted, and then I remembered like I should have had sound on for this towards the
Yeah.
end. But yeah, you get that statue. It's a 9-inch statue. You get the steel book, and you get the art book, which I assume probably has the map in it. So that's just the collector's edition, the basic one. And then they have the what they're calling the premium collector's edition, and it has all the stuff in the previous edition, plus this 1-to-1 helmet replica. So you can put this on and wear it out places.
That's the one that I saw, the one with the helmet. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Valkyrie looking helmet and shit.
This is a Bandai Namco store exclusive, so you can only get this in the Bandai Namco store, which I believe
Wow.
they were updating the other day, so people weren't able to pre-order. Also, I don't think this was not up on the U.S. shop yet, either. So that's pretty cool. If you're into that, if you're like a super, I want this Elden Ring blah thing, you can go
Right?
get you that.
If you want to be like, if you want to get the, the like Josh with the N7 helmet edition,
Right.
or with the Ghost of Tsushima mask, which I mean, I wish I would have got that one, but oh well.
It is what it is, my friend.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten one of those big boy editions, man. Someday.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
Yeah, that's why I haven't gotten one.
Yeah. But yeah, I only get them for things I know I'm gonna like. So like like I'm not. Let's be real. I'm not gonna buy the Elden Ring one. Like even if I could get my hands on it, I am not a Dark Soulsy guy person into that stuff usually, and I'm just interested in checking it out more than anything. So, but I'm not going after one of them big premium editions for that. Really. But yeah, if that's all we got on the Elden Ring, we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, we move on to the next thing. Next thing we have is we talk about Marvel's Avengers.
Marvel's Avengers.
So on November 30th, the game will be getting Spider-Man, a new raid, and other big updates. So November 30th is the big day for the 2.2 patch. Spider-Man arrives in the Great Power Hero event. Which of course again is only for I think PlayStation players, because Sony is only Spider-Man Sony, so he's only PlayStation. But everybody else will be getting a new raid and power cap level increase and things of that nature. So there are still no screenshots or trailers showing off Spider-Man in game, but that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like he's coming out on the 30th, which is what, like 3 weeks away,
Mm-hmm.
and they still don't have you still don't even know what he looks like in game. They've been talking about him, and they've been talking about him coming to the game since like the game came out, right? So, or like even
Yeah,
before
no,
it came
right?
out.
It's so strange. No,
That's kind of
no.
weird, man. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about it, like, huh. Anyway, the story centers on Peter Parker uncovering a mysterious threat and joining up with the Avengers to prevent AIM from procuring a powerful technology. Although Spidey struggles working as a part of the team, he manages to form bonds with Miss Marvel and Black Widow. The crux of the campaign hinges on whether or not Peter decides to become a full-time Avenger or stick to crime-fighting solo. But, yeah. In addition to Spider-Man, all versions of the game are getting a new 4-player raid against Claw, following the events of the War for Wakanda expansion. And it also bumps the power level cap from 150 to 175. Players can now upgrade existing gear by recycling equipment of a higher power level. And Crystal Dynamics is adding a new method of earning rare cosmetics called shipments. Shipments act as sort of a loot box that you can only purchase by spending in-game currency accumulated by playing the game. You do not have to spend real money, unlike the paid XP boosts that have since been removed from the game, which we talked about, I think, last week, right? That they were removing those.
Mm-hmm.
A shipment costs 500 units each and pulls from around 250 cosmetic items with a small chance of unlocking a premium outfit you can't acquire any other way. However, those who purchase 100 shipments will automatically receive a premium outfit. So that's what's coming to the next Marvel's Avengers update. Again, I think the weird thing for me is that like Spider-Man's coming out so soon and they just don't have anything for him in the game. Like not a trailer, not a screenshot. I don't even know what he looks like in the game. I don't even know who he's voiced by. Like nothing. And he comes out in 3 weeks. It's so weird to me, at least. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I haven't played Marvel's Avengers. We talked about it every time. I haven't played it forever. So, but it is very weird. They haven't shown like anything. Like they haven't shown. There's no trailer. There's no nothing. So, it's coming at the end of the month. I guess they'll have to do something before that. A little video or something. I hope to show him off. I would imagine, right?
You imagine it had to be soon because, like, you know, fucking, they're only 3 weeks away until Spider-Man comes out for the game. So
Yeah.
you'd imagine it
God.
has to be pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see. I guess.
Okay.
Moving on to the next thing. Here you go with some Old Republic talk. Star Wars Old Republic expansion builds on a decade of tough choices. So, as we know, we were talking about earlier, the 10-year anniversary is coming up. They released a video that talks about the story so far. I have not seen it yet because I haven't played any of the expansions. So I don't want to I didn't want to get spoiled for that. But if you want to throw it up, Josh, for everybody, I mean, it's a 7-minute video, so maybe you don't have to watch the whole thing. But
Yeah, we'll throw it up for like a little bit. Throw it up a
they
little
have,
bit.
they show off some of the cinematics, and they basically tell you the story of the Old Republic up until this point. Now, I've only completed. I mean, like, listen, I love this game, but like, I haven't even completed all of the stories for all the classes yet. So much less have I gone to do the the DLC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of waiting for that until I kind of do all the stories first, and then I'll do the DLCs. But I know some of the things. Like obviously, the Knights of the Fallen Empire stuff, and there's things obviously stuff like that I know about, but I just haven't like experienced them myself. So I don't really know the super details about it. But it's cool that they did this. They're also like coming out with all the old cinematics in 4K, which is pretty cool, right? Like they brought out the Deceived one,
Yeah. Which if
which
you
was
got a monitor and want to go look at that, you totally should because it's fucking great. I watched it.
yeah, it's pretty bad ace. Pretty bad fucking ace. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to go back to this game and do some of the other class campaigns because fun game. Um, but yeah, Old Republic developer BioWare Austin has faithfully been updating the game since its first release in 2011. The next expansion, Legacy of the Sith, introduces new endgame content in which players chase down a rogue Sith Lord to the watery planet of Manan. The expansion also includes lots of important changes in the early game. For example, a new character creator, which I'm looking forward to that, dude. Like, I want to know what the new character creator options are going to be. Like I'm excited for that. But here's a quote from Charles Boyd, executive creator on the game. We're continuing a storyline that kicked off with our last expansion, and even before that, with the plot. There's a lot going on with Darth Malgus, and he's going rogue a bit. There's also a storyline where there's a civil war brewing among the Mandalorians. with Sith, it's built right in. That's their instinct to bounce off each other as violently as possible. We have so many cool characters. Anytime we're establishing a situation, we're like, okay, who would make sense for this? We have a wealth of choices that are already established that folks already know and we can get excited to see again. But it's also a challenge because it's a huge cast. We only have so much canvas to pay on at any one time. Whenever we look at a scene, one of the key pieces we look at is how can we change this for a Sith Lord versus a bounty hunter versus a Jedi? You need the story in the same moving direction for most everyone, because otherwise it turned into a big mess. We also want to honor who you are or were when you started and make sure the characters treat you importantly. We know the general premise of where the story is going, and we think, okay, well, what would be the most interesting moral choice? Sometimes they aren't even like dark side or light side. It's about loyalty. Then we build the story around that and work backwards so that we can make it less about morals of your character and more about you personally engaging as much as possible. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Legacy of the Sith is currently set to be released before the end of 2021. It will also kick off the Old Republic's 10-year anniversary event, which runs throughout 2022. So yeah, I know Josh is excited because he's been playing the game more recently. I'm excited to create a new character and check out all the new options for that and everything. It'll be fun, man. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Honestly.
boy.
I think I might make a Jedi next character. I don't know. I'm thinking either a trooper or a Jedi. Probably be my next character. I gotta see, but either one of those probably be the next one I do.
Hell yeah. I need to finish up like the Jedi consular story because that's like the one I haven't done. I've done most of the smuggler. I may have completed the smuggler. I need to do a trooper. I've done most of the Sith. Really, is the ones I've done. So,
Gotcha.
and that and the Jedi Knight. So. But I logged into my fucking Sith warrior today, and he's one of my low level characters, and I was like, what gear do I have on this dude? And he pulled out his lightsabers, and they're white. He had the white crossblade sabers. He looks so cool. I took a screenshot, put him in the fucking in your Discord.
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea that's what he was rocking. But yeah, I can't wait for this expansion. It's really excited. And to be honest, where's this gonna sound? We don't talk about Blizzard a lot, but I'm kind of glad that I'm not glad, but like I'm kind of like I'm glad I'm not there anymore. I'm glad I've moved on to other MMOs and trying out other things, you know? Because I always felt a pressure to be like, I need to be on WoW 24/7 or I'm gonna fall behind everybody. Now I don't give a single fuck. I give not a single fuck. I love trying out all these new MMOs and getting to enjoy them.
Yeah, dude. Be free. Set yourself free from the WoW tyranny.
Mm-hmm. It was like sucking my soul, my happiness out. Like,
Yeah,
fuck this.
that,
I'm moving on. Moving on to somebody who treats me right.
That's another one of the big reasons I think why I never really played MMOs back in the day, because there's always kind of like that obligation, right? Like, oh man, I gotta play with the guild. We gotta raid on this day. I gotta be there with fucking everybody and all that shit, which is obviously fun because I mean you make friends and like you have fun doing that kind of stuff. But after a while, it kind of turns into more of a job than like you.
I want to be able to drop out when I want to. I want to be able to like leave, not be guilt tripped, which happened to me plenty of times. Back when playing WoW and stuff, it's like, well, aren't you gonna get on the raid? Like, no, I need me time. I don't need you time. I need me time. You know.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys three days a week for 4 hours. That's no offense, but for some of you, that's a lot of time to be around people I don't necessarily like all that much. You know, so for some of them, so yeah. Not to sound shitty, but it's true. So I kind of want to be able to like, all right, yeah, I'm like, because like, listen, I never did like hardcore rating. I rated like, and when I consider hardcore, I mean like mythic level rating in World of Warcraft, mythic level. Like we did normals and heroics. With normals and heroics, I should be able to come and go as I fucking please if I want to, without feeling pressure. No offense. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, and like the politics of that kind of shit. And there are politics in guilds. I don't care what anybody says. There are, and they're shitty sometimes and really fucking stupid. A lot of the time, because it's a fucking video game, you're supposed to be having fun. That's the whole fucking point. Um, so yeah, we're gonna move on before I start ranting. Uh, more, more. Whenever Blizzard comes up, I shouldn't
All
have
right.
brought him up. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Well, speaking of nostalgia, here we go. Talk about Mass Effect, Josh, for you, because
Oh yeah.
N7 Day was yesterday, and they gave us a little bit of a teaser poster uh thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot to look at here. I think if you kind of like
Yeah, let's
zoom
pop
in
it
and
open.
examine things.
Let's zoom
So there's a
in.
so there's a poster, and it
I
says
zoomed in to 300%.
Mass Effect will continue. And if you zoom in, well, actually, you don't even zoom in. Like if you just look at it, the outline of that crater looks like a Geth already.
Yeah,
And then if you zoom in, you see kind of a Geth body like buried in the ground right there up top.
looks like it.
Right there. That looks like a Geth. And then we have some people down there. Who might we have there?
That is definitely a Krogan.
That looks like Mr. Rex, but well, no, yeah, 100% a Krogan. And then the other ones are a little bit more difficult to tell, but I would imagine that one of them is maybe like Liara and like
I
I
would
don't
say
know.
this one. I feel like zoomed in and kind of pixelated. Obviously, I feel like
Yeah,
the one in the middle is an Asari. The one in the
yeah.
back is a Turian. Looks to me. I don't know what's on point. Who's in the lead? Who's on point there? Who that?
Quarian Tally, maybe I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Based off of this, to me it looks like Tally in the front, Liara in the middle, Rex left, and Garrus right. If I had to guess, that's my guess. And then obviously the dead Geth up front with
There's
the
definitely
giant crater.
something up with the Geth. I was looking at the ship because it says SFX. I was trying to figure out if that's in
Yeah,
any of the game.
the ship. Yeah, the ship. Yeah, I don't know. SFX.
I mean,
Yeah,
hell, the whole outline looks like a Geth, which is also weird. I don't know what's
yeah.
going on. I'm curious. This is definitely a tease. It's definitely
Oh, for sure.
like, what the fuck is going on here? I want answers.
Yeah, I mean they did this on purpose. Obviously, they're like, "N7 Day, here you go, guys." Fucking, they know that people are gonna zoom in and see what the hell's going on. And then they still don't give it a name. It's just Mass Effect will continue. Yeah, we know it's gonna continue, man. Give us a name, damn it! What the hell?
People are theorizing different things. Like this dude right here, he's like, I've cracked the case. He's figured out the outline. It's Jenkins. Okay? He
Shit.
fits in perfectly.
Fucking
Sorry. I
Jenkins.
saw this on Reddit earlier and I was like, when this comes up on the news, I gotta throw this in because it's funny.
Bruh. Bruh.
Um
That
but yeah,
is so
I got
fucking
no
silly,
clue.
man.
It's cool. Um I think they're gonna have to pick an ending for sure, and if they're gonna
Oh, for sure.
and it
Absolutely.
has to be destroy because they put up an infographic, and I wanted to post it but I didn't because it's got spoilers and there's still people playing Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Mass Effect for like the next few seconds. They put up the endings and the percentage of endings, and the ending that Daniel and I chose
Yeah.
is the one that's the one people go with the most.
I mean, it's the
So
one that makes the most sense
statistically,
to me.
yeah, statistically, if you were going to pick an ending, you'd pick the one that most people went with, right? So,
Yeah.
that's what XCOM did. When XCOM 2 was being made, they saw how many people lost the fucking game. So when they made the sequel, they made the game XCOM 2. It starts with you having lost the original XCOM. So yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense for them to go that way if they want to go that way.
I definitely think it's a continuation. It's not a spin-off. I just don't know where it takes
You know,
place in the
in
timeline, because
what way, right?
all those characters can live long times. Krogans can live long times. Asari live long times. Turians, I think.
What
I don't know
if
actually how long.
what if they do like a continuation of both? And what I mean by that is, what if this is a sequel to both? Well, it won't be a sequel to Andromeda, but like, what if they include like elements from that in this? And obviously this looks like it's going to be a sequel to the original trilogy as well.
Hmm.
So what if this new game is kind of like a mix of both of the like Andromeda and the original trilogy kind of combined?
I
And
think that'd be cool. Because I don't
yeah, I mean,
want them to give
I'd
up
be
on
all about it.
Andromeda. What if this? What if this sets up for something in Andromeda 2? Think about it. The end of this game, everybody goes to cryo sleep and shoots off to the Andromeda future. You know, like maybe this takes place just not that long after the ships have. You know, it's sci-fi. You can make up any bullshit to get them there that you want. So, like, what if that sets it up? What if that's not them abandoning Andromeda? I don't know. I would like that because I'm on record saying I don't want Andromeda to be abandoned and given up on.
I
I
agree.
think, yeah, there were some mistakes there. Yes, there were mistakes there, but the potential of what could be, like the last act of that game, feels like the midway point of what that game should be. For
Yeah,
so, um, I don't want them to give up on it. So that would be cool. Uh, is this going to be that? I have no clue. But
we'll
you know,
see. Yeah,
it's fun to speculate.
yeah.
Uh, I'm on the Mass Effect Reddit now, looking at the comments. People are like, "I've zoomed in." So it's kind of funny. Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
we're just gonna they're gonna keep making his way until whenever the hell, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, but some other things on. I'm gonna read off some of these stats because it says in 7 day, and this was one of the things they put up. They put up an infographic, and I'm not gonna throw it up on screen because it does have spoilers in it. But you know, it's like, what was Shepard's first name? How many people took the original name? It was like 23% went with John or Jane Shepard. 77% of people changed the name of Shepard.
There you go.
Uh,
I changed the name.
what percentage of you imported your Shepard from a previous save? 65%. Um, difficulty levels. The vast majority of everybody played on normal. That's a spoiler. That choice that you made at the end of the first game, Daniel, is 31% popular, 69% the other way. It's so
Hey
nice.
man, I like my choice, bro. I don't regret it.
Of all players who completed the Mass Effect 1 prologue, how many recruited Garrus? 85%. That means there's 15% people that did not recruit Garrus. How do you not
Yep.
recruit Garrus? The fuck? Who goes to that game and is like, I don't want Garrus. Get the fuck out of here. Uh, you pick somebody at the end of the first game, Daniel. 85% go with the pick that you and I make. 9%, or sorry, 6% went the other way. uh, but yeah, like that infographic's fun. Go look it up if you want to. It's got spoilers on it if you haven't played Mass Effect. That's why I'm not throwing it up on screen for you guys. But yeah, that night before in 7 day, Thak asked me, he's like, "Do you think we'll get like a trailer or something?" And I was like, "No, we might get a little something, and that'll be it."
Yeah,
And this was kind of that.
this was the little something. Yeah, I never
And
expected a trailer either.
I think the big thing uh is in 7 days, obviously the Mass Effect thing, but I really think the big thing for BioWare next is Dragon Age. And I think we will see something at the Game Awards. BioWare almost always has something at the Game Awards. We may even see two things if they did that, because last time they did the next Mass Effect tease, but they'd also done Dragon Age stuff in that show. So it was kind of like a little curveball. Um so I'm curious. I don't know how things are going to shake out, but I do think Dragon Age is their next priority. And then once
Yeah.
they finish that up, everything will be all hands on deck for the next Mass Effect. But yeah, I don't know. If we're done with that, we can
Cool.
continue
Yeah,
on.
we can move on to the next. The last thing I have here is just a fun little. It's a fan made game called Force Combat. It's a Star Wars fighting game, and there's some gameplay from Darth Revan in here because Darth Revan's getting added to the game. So
Oh hell
just a
yeah!
fun little thing we could check out. So I've played Force Combat before. You guys know I'm not a big fan of fighting games, but Star Wars fighting game I'll play. I've played it. It's pretty fun. Uh,
Revan did a little leg sweep. That was neat.
yeah, it's just a fighting game, but with
Yeah.
a Star Wars skin on it, basically. And it's fun to just play sometimes whenever you're like, I want to play something, but I don't know what. Oh, we'll play a bit of this, for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have multiple skins for him. They show off in this trailer, and he fights multiple enemies. As you can see, like he's fighting Bastila and Malik, and the maps are coats as well. Like you got Lahan and you know the fucking Starforge, and it looks cool, man.
Look at HK back there just chilling on the beach.
Yeah, right.
He's like, look at these meat bags.
It kind of makes me excited for the remake, man. Just seeing like you know the characters look like kind of in this style.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, Malik, get wrecked. Yeah, it's just a cool little thing. It's called Force Combat. Uh, Star Wars fighting game made by this dude called Last Jawa. He's got a YouTube channel. This is where we found this at, and you can go check it out. There's a bunch of other characters already in the game, and he keeps updating it with new ones, like like this one. I think the previous update before this, the previous two characters he added before Revan was Mace and Asajj Ventress. So yeah, go check that out. It's pretty cool, especially if you're into fighting or if you're into Star Wars and you like fighting games. So yeah. But that's all I got for the gaming news, Josh. You can
All
move
right.
on unless you got something else.
I wanted to mention the Endwalker delayed. It's got delayed by 2 weeks.
Mm.
So if you were prepping to play the Endwalker Final Fantasy 14 expansion, Yoshi P came on. He was very emotional. He's very bummed out. Yoshi P puts his heart and soul into that game. So they had to delay it 2 weeks. It will now come out on December 7th. If you're one of the persons that's going to get early access, it'll be December 3rd for you guys. And they have an article going into it, but I'm not going to go super into it. You can go check it out yourselves. Denuvo has been removed from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So that's good. That's the anti-piracy stuff. They often go back and remove that stuff from old games, especially when it starts conflicting with other stuff. They also have licenses that run out eventually, and they're like, we need to take this out. Don't care about that. Don't think Daniel would care about that. I think we're good to move on, sir. So let's hit it.
All right, friend. Let's move on. So we're gonna talk about TV news. TV news. So the
Let's
first
hit
thing
it.
we have here is that Heels has been renewed for season 2 over at Stars, and
Yeah.
the next season will have more Bobby Pin.
Yeah, my boy Bobby Pin.
Yes, your boy Bobby
Yeah.
Pin. So this is the article over at the Wrap. Stars has been renewed for season 2 over at or Heels has been renewed at Stars for season 2. My bad. To feature more Bobby Pin and Diego Cottonmouth. Actors Trey Tucker and Robbie Ramos, respectively, have been promoted to series regulars.
Yeah.
So production on season 2 will begin in 2022. Stars said in a renewal announcement. It's clear from the critical and fan acclaim that the stories and characters from the Duffy Wrestling League have made a connection with audiences, bringing a community that is not often found in premium TV. Jeffrey Hirsch, president and CEO at Starz, said in a statement. I'm excited at our amazing cast and executive producers to get back into the ring together for a season 2.
That's pretty high praise. I would say. In that saying, like, it's clear that
Yeah.
we got critical and fan acclaim, bringing in a whole new audience. That's good shit. That's what you want to hear, right? So
Michael Malley will return for the second season as showrunner and executive producer, and will reprise his on-camera role as DWL's #1 enemy, Charlie Gully. The series, which was created by Michael Waldron, stars Stephen Amell as Jack Spade and Alexander Ludwig as his younger brother Ace. Waldron writes and executive produces this series. Yeah, I mean, we talked about Heels season 1 already, kind of very briefly, because we didn't want to go into spoilers, because that was kind of more like we wanted more people to watch the show,
yeah.
And we're glad that it's getting a season 2, and this is exciting because I really like season 1, man. It was really good.
I love this show, and we were like singing this thing's praises every week as we watched it. And we're like, go check it out, go watch it, go watch it, go watch it. Please, for the love of God, if you have not seen Heels, go fucking check it out. It's good. It's good.
It's really good.
Look, I'm not gonna be like it doesn't have issues. There's some problems that pop up on occasion, but they're minor. It's a good show overall. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would say even if you're not like super into wrestling, like it's so good still, man. Like it's a really, really, really good show. So definitely go watch it. See for yourself, because it's great, man. Like the characters, the relationships, the everything. It's just good stuff. But yeah, we're excited about that. The next thing is that we have a Fire Lord Ozai cast for the new Netflix live action Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it is Daniel Day Kim. He is going to be Fire Lord Ozai, which I think this is a pretty damn good casting. Like I remember we talked about the other, like the kids, that were cast, and I didn't recognize a single one. This guy I do recognize, and he's good. So I think this is a solid casting. I'm very curious to see who else they get for the other characters, but this one's solid. This is a solid choice right here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at that.
I've never really watched him in anything, so.
Well, he's actually been in.
I don't think.
I'm trying to think like what would be something that you may have seen it from, because like.
Let me look it up as IMDb. Let me have a look.
Because he's been in quite a few things, obviously, but like I think one of the most like well-known things that he's for is like Lost. Hell, he was in Hellboy, I guess. Well, the new one. Why? I mean, I haven't seen the new one either, so
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I know Baba knew him from like Hawaii 5-0, I think, or something.
Probably, yeah. He was I think the voice of the dad in Raya.
He's fucking Johnny Gat. Of course I know him.
Yeah. Oh,
what am I thinking? Oh my god.
That slipped my mind. Yeah, he's fucking Gat, dude. Yeah.
Duh, I'm so stupid. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't remember either, to be honest, but yeah, that's he's fucking Gad, dude.
Oh god. So yeah, I love this guy.
Other stuff here and there. He was in Star Trek Enterprise. If anybody's seen that, I mean, I'm not really a Star Trek guy, but yeah, he's been in things here and there, But yeah, Johnny Gat. That's your boy Gat, dude. So
all right, I do know him. Johnny Gat. Hell yeah, then that's cool. I don't know how to feel about this Netflix series, but at least they're casting somebody I know now.
Yeah,
I know him.
He's good. The kids, I'm sure, will be good too because they're unknowns. They usually are. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. I mean, I just we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does kind of concern me that the original creators left the project, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I like Avatar, so I'm still gonna watch it. If it's bad, then it's bad. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit. I I watched that M9 Shyamalan abortion, so you know, I mean, why
I know.
can't I give this thing a shot?
And then like I've watched the fucking Inhumans, dude. Nothing. No. I lost like however many hours of my life watching that trash, and I don't think I've ever watched something like
He's
as
never
bad as
recovered from
that,
it.
dude. No, dude, that's literally like one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, god damn. And that's a TV show. It's not as bad as a movie where it's like you watch like it's like an hour or two. That was like
Mm.
10 episodes or something, dude. And I lost like almost 10 hours of my life watching that garbage, dude. Or however,
Oh
I don't know if
no,
they were 30-minute long episodes or like 40 or whatever, but
I have no clue.
such a bad show. Anyway, moving on. Gael Garcia Bernal is gonna be in the Marvel Halloween special over at Disney Plus, and you might be wondering, didn't Halloween just pass? I mean, yes, it did, but they are working on a Halloween special based on the Marvel character Werewolf by Night. So there are two characters who have that moniker, Jack Russell and Jake Gomez. Were both capable of transforming into a werewolf at will while retaining their human intellects. Uh, so this special will begin production in early 2022. So this will be a Halloween special for obviously next year, not this year. This year's Halloween is over. But yeah, that's interesting. This is another one character that I don't know too much about, like the Werewolf by Night stuff. But Marvel Halloween stuff, I'm about it. I'm interested. We're starting to get into more of the darker. Well, I don't know if darker is the right word, but like, you know what I mean, like the more what's a good word for this? Kind of like you know how Justice League Dark is kind of like its own separate characters on the DC
Yeah,
side. The Marvel version of that with like Blade and Morbius and Moon Knight, all these kind of characters that are like not the Avengers and everybody knows about. Like we're getting toward these other nitty gritty dudes down here that I'm all about. Like I'm excited to see more of these characters, so it's cool that we're getting more stuff like this, so I'm excited to learn more about this. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do with this. Um Obviously we have Hawkeye coming out at the end of this month, so I'm looking
yeah,
forward to that
boy.
as well. And yeah, I mean Marvel can't miss with me right now. Like there's things that I like more than others, but for the most part I like all their stuff. I still need to watch Eternals because I haven't seen that. Josh has seen it already, but yeah, I'll I'm excited. I'm looking forward to learning about some Werewolf by Night and seeing what's up with that and all that. So that'll be neat. A Marvel Halloween special next year. It'll be fun.
Yeah, boy.
So The Boys season 3 has a
Aha.
first. There's a first look at Laurie Holden's Crimson Countess character, and it's an interesting look.
Can I not
Obviously,
get a
with the name Crimson Countess, she's going to be all red. I think it's an interesting look for the character.
Yeah,
I haven't read the comics or anything like that, so I don't know, like the characters or anything. Um, but I'm excited to see her character, and I'm excited to see what's his name, Jensen Ackles' um
Soldier
Soldier
Boy.
Boy character. So yeah, I think it's a cool looking costume. I'm
Yeah,
excited for The Boys season 3 whenever that's coming out. And I'll definitely be there checking it out, waiting for that to drop. Laurie Holden, I know her from like The Walking Dead and stuff, and she wasn't my favorite character on that show, but I know she's a good actress. So, um, yeah, it'll be it'll be fun. I like The Boys quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that when
Mhm.
the time is right.
Yep.
Um,
I like the boys as well. It's a good show.
the last thing we have here is we have a Stranger Things 4 video. I don't know if you've seen this, Josh. It's
I
like a
have
minute
not
long.
watched this yet.
I watched it, but I did not react to it. I almost considered reacting to it, but ultimately I was like, it's not really a trailer, so
Yeah, okay, let's check this out.
I was like, whatever. I didn't, but yeah, it's called Welcome to California.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
All right. Hold on here a bunch, bro chachos.
Bro,
They're all getting older,
chachos.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, chachos.
they're gonna be grown.
I have made lots.
They are grown, I guess, now.
Even so,
Look at fucking homeboy's bowl cut, dude. I'm like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
it's a rough look, but I guess it was the '80s, man.
we will have the best spring break ever.
I'm curious to where this show goes next.
Yeah. Lots to show at the end there. But Stranger Things 4. They came out with another video that revealed all of the titles of the episodes and as well as the kind of release window. So we're in this. So in the show, they are in the spring of 1986, and I didn't include the video that showed off all the titles in here just because I wasn't sure if you wanted to know the titles or not. Because
Yeah, I got you.
But there's a title tease, and they show off the number of episodes and what they're called, and then Stranger Things 4 is returning in summer of 2022, so next year.
Next
Next
summer.
summer. That's when we have to look forward to season Stranger Things 4. So
Still a bit of a wait. But yeah, interesting.
Indeed. By the time
Cool.
this comes out, it'll be like 3 years since season 3, right?
Something. I know it's been a long ass time.
Yeah, we've been waiting for this for years, dude. Like these kids have grown up, bro, and they still don't have the next season. I'm like, man, they're gonna be big by the time the next season's out. Like, man.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing we can that's it for the TV news. We'll move on to the movie stuff now.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's
go.
So we can get through this because I do want to take a break before we start into the main topic.
Hell yeah, we sure can.
But anyway, we'll go through the movie news here pretty quick. So the first thing we have is that Gal Gadot has been cast to play the evil queen in Disney's live-action Snow White.
Cool. I hope they don't make her an anti-hero. Let her be evil.
Yeah,
okay.
Right? With the name like the evil queen, she should be the evil
because
queen.
they always pull this shit, right? Like where they're like, all right, we're gonna cast Angelina Jolie as Maleficent, and she's not really bad. Let your villains be villains. Please, exactly. I love Gal Gadot. Let me see the evil Gal Gadot. Let me see that shit.
Let the actors and actresses, like, if they only play like heroes and stuff, like let them act. Let them play fucking. Let them play roles that are different than what they're. Don't typecast them. Like let them act, man. That's what they do.
That's my only concern. Is that they'll cast her to be more of an anti.
Yeah, I mean,
anti-hero than like evil. Let her be evil.
Does the character even have a name? It's just called the evil. She's just called the evil queen, right? Or does she have a name? I don't remember. I'll be honest. I haven't seen Snow White in years. Like,
I don't know. They'll probably give her a name if she don't have one.
I mean, as far as I know, she's just called the evil queen.
Does the evil queen have a name?
Like, again, I haven't seen all of these Disney princess movies in forever, but like, man, I don't remember her having a name.
Queen Grimhild.
Grimhild?
Yeah, like this.
Wow.
put it in chat. Apparently, that's her name.
Grimhilda. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Okay.
Or
Anyway.
Queen Ingrid,
Yeah.
apparently. Why they get?
Oh.
Apparently, it's not
Wow.
decided on. I guess.
Okay. Well, great. Anyway, so we know that Rachel Zegler is going to be Snow White. We know Rachel Zegler. She's going to be in Shazam 2, amongst other things. But she's also going to be Snow White in this movie. And now they have Gal Gadot as the evil queen. So that'll be interesting. We know that Mark Webb is directing this movie as well for Disney. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I generally like the live action Disney stuff. Some of them are not as great.
I haven't seen a lot
but-
of them, to be honest with you.
But the ones that I've seen are all right. Like
I saw Beauty and the
thing
Beast.
for
I like
me,
that.
the thing, yeah, I'd like to be in the Beast one. For me, the thing is like, even if you're not a fan of the live action adaptations, like you still have the animated versions. Like how,
Mm-hmm.
like like it's never gonna taint that. Like just you have your old versions. These are just live action versions of live action adaptations of those animated stuff. Like what I mean? Like it's no big deal. But anyway, yeah, Gal Gadot as the evil queen. That'll be interesting.
Yep, and let her be evil. That's my only concern. Let her be evil. Let her be
Yeah.
evil. She's evil. Okay.
Evil.
Evil.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is shutting down production as Letitia Wright recovers from an onset injury. The movie had spent the last 2 months shooting around the injured actress. She was injured in late August while the film was shooting a sequence involving a stunt rig on location in Boston. At the time, Marvel Studios said Wright's injury would ultimately not impact the shooting of the schedule of the film. After the injury, she left for London, where the star has been since, while the production shot around her character Shuri, the sister of Black Panther T'Challa. But yeah, now they've been filming in Atlanta for the past 2 months, and director Ryan Coogler is said to have shot all footage that his crew is able to without Wright. So yeah, they've been going to work, man. They filmed everything they had to do without her, and then now they're like, well, she still ain't around, so we did all we can do for now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're taking a hiatus to reconfigure the shoot to get things back on track for an early 2022 restart. The shutdown is expected to begin the week of Thanksgiving. So yeah, and then the movie was pushed back from July 2022 to November 11th, 2022.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sucks. I hate for somebody to get injured.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of curious to what they're gonna do with the.
Yeah, like story wise,
Well, yeah.
that's gonna be super interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I have some ideas actually, like Namor is rumored to be involved, which I think that would be really cool. But
Mhm.
we'll see what else. We'll see. We'll see. It's a very curious thing,
Yeah.
Without your main character, I don't know what route they're gonna go in, but yeah, we'll have an idea, whenever they come out with a trailer or whatever. So
Yeah.
anyway, moving on to more Marvel news. Spider-Man: No Way Home has released a poster for their movie. I actually thought they were going to come out with a trailer today because they usually do that. It's like, oh, here's the poster, and then the next day is the movie or the trailer. But nope, it's just the poster, and people have been examining this thing.
We have it up
for
on
a little
screen for
bit.
you guys. So.
And it is Petey Paka himself in the Iron Spider armor suit. And then there's a bunch of debris on the floor. And then in the forefront, we see Doc Ock's mechanical arms. And then off behind him, you get to see Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in the background. And he looks exactly like he did in the 2002, Spider-Man movie. The Toby one. So pretty cool if you ask me.
Yeah.
Spider-Man: No Way Home, exclusively in movie theaters, September 17th.
We do have D23 this month, so
Yeah, we do have D23.
so we'll probably see stuff from that, I imagine.
That'll be on the 19th, I believe. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot to talk about after that.
Yeah, we got that's penciled. That's penciled in, guys. We'll be doing a show on that.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing a show on that because I'm sure there's gonna be plenty to talk about. But yeah, that's the poster. I think it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's also hints to Electro with the lightning there, and then Sandman with the sand in the background. So yeah, Sinister Six, baby. They've been wanting to do that for years.
Oh,
The next thing we have here is if we're done talking about the poster, Josh.
yes.
The next thing we have here is the final trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I reacted to earlier today. If you guys want to go check that out, I have it up on my channel. Go take a look at that. So
Checking it
I,
out.
I, s- I said this in my trailer reaction
Remember Revelations
that I have not been the most excited for this movie,
as he opened the sixth
Mhm.
seal.
as like other people are.
There was a great earthquake.
But this trailer actually got me more excited. Like I'm like looking forward to this. It's only a minute-long trailer, but like you'll see why. Like I don't know, like this trailer did it for me, dude. Like I'm looking forward to this movie more now.
There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years.
And the thing about this movie is it's coming out like on the 19th, I think.
Oh, look at the little marshmallows. No, he's
Yeah,
dead.
the little Stay Puffs, man.
I've been pretty excited for this.
Yeah,
And
I know you and some other people have been way more excited about this than I have, but now I'm like yeah, I'm on board now, dude. I really want to. Not that I wasn't on board before, but like I just wasn't on the level of excitement that you guys were at, But
Oh
this trailer
shit!
definitely got me to that level. I'm like I'm there, dude. I'm here for this.
I need to go watch your reaction after the show. But yeah, that's the trailer. That looked great. I'm pretty. I was excited anyway, but I'm definitely in now.
Yeah, dude. I was just the end, like hearing the music and seeing the
Mhm.
boys at the end there. I was like, oh, dude, let's go, bro.
You hear him fire up those proton packs. It's like, let's
Yeah,
fucking go.
Let's fucking go. November 19th, dude.
That's exciting.
That's so hype, man. That's so hype. I'm so on board for that. But yeah, definitely gonna be interesting, man. It's been something that they've been wanting to do for a while, and here it is. This is officially like Ghostbusters 3, right? Because I didn't watch the all girls one, but like that's not part of the same universe from what I hear. So yeah.
All right.
Anyway, the last thing. Boston makes me feel good. All right,
Yeah, boy.
the last thing I have on here is this actually dropped earlier today as well. Is that Patty Jenkins' Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie has been delayed. So this movie hadn't even gone in production yet. It was supposed to be the first movie since The Rise of Skywalker to go into production, but it's now been put into a delay. Patty Jenkins and writer Matthew Robinson have been developing Rogue Squadron for Lucasfilm for over a year, with the goal of starting production in 2022. It was to have gone into pre-production by the end of this year. However, sources say the producers and filmmaking team came to a realization that Jenkins' schedule and other commitments wouldn't allow for the window needed to make the movie in 2022. So because she's so busy doing other things, they're taking it off the production table for now.
Patty Jenkins is in demand, man.
Yep. The hope is that once she fulfills her previous commitments, she'll be able to return to the project. It currently has a release date of December 22nd or 2023. But if they're delaying this movie, then that's probably going to change too. Or what they might do is there was a rumor of another Star Wars movie heading into production here pretty soon, so they might swap the dates, so that movie might be coming out on this release date, and they'll push back this one to another time.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, maybe they'll keep this one. Maybe they'll keep that same release date for Rogue Squadron. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But time will tell. Like with anything. But she's currently in development for Wonder Woman 3 over at Warner Brothers, and then a Cleopatra movie for Paramount. And originally, she was supposed to do Wonder Woman 3 after Rogue Squadron, but that might shift now that things are looking this way. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, basically the reason why they're doing it is because Patty Jenkins is a busy lady. So
Yeah.
that kind of sucks because I was really looking forward to a Rogue Squadron movie, and I hope it still happens. I hope they don't like abandon the project. Like I want that to still happen. But Patty
Yeah.
Jenkins, please stop being so busy, woman.
Yeah.
Make the Rogue Squadron movie happen.
Based on what they've said, they want this movie to happen. It's not like there was like a creative difference that we know of, or anything
at
like
least
that.
yet.
So it just needs more time probably to cook, and then she's also busy. So, you know how it is. I count on everything being delayed with everything going on right now. So
I mean, everything is being delayed pretty much.
yeah.
It's like if it hasn't been delayed yet, it probably will be delayed eventually because that's just the way of the world nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the news, ladies and gents.
That is the news.
We're gonna take a break, then we'll come right on back here.
Then we're gonna talk about our top 10 favorite movie villains. You hear?
Yeah, top 10 favorite villains and some honorable mentions. And we will
Damn
get
right.
started. I'll play some music for y'all here on the Twitch. And for those of you watching at home or the MP3 and all that, it'll be instantly. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere after this.
Be right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of our show, which is our favorite movie villains. I imagine the way we'll do this is Daniel will do one, then I'll do one. And we'll probably start. Mine aren't in any particular order. I don't know if yours are.
Yeah, no, I don't have mine in particularity either. I just kind of, as I thought of them, kind of did it.
Same.
So, a couple things quick off the bat is we have 10, right? You have 10, I have 10. We have a couple honorable mentions. I have like, I don't know how many you have, but I got like 4,
I have 5.
Okay, that's fine. That works out just fine. And then, so another thing that I will say right off the bat, this is kind of hard for me to do because as I was doing this, I was like, you know what? I came to the realization that I need to watch more classic movies.
Same. It really made me think.
I was like, dude, there's a lot of classic movies that I have yet to watch, and I should probably watch them. So it makes me want to go back and watch a lot of the shit that I have not seen yet. Because a lot of the villains I have on here is obviously for stuff that I have seen only. And then, like, I'm sure there's gonna be villains out there that you guys are like, oh, how could you not have this person in here? Well, probably because number one, I either haven't seen the movie, or number two, I don't really care much for the villain, maybe as much as you do. But the big thing is probably I just haven't seen the movie. Because there's a lot of movies I haven't seen, and also this is our favorite villains. So you may have your own. We'll have our own. So keep that in mind before you decide to comment or say anything. This is our list. You can have your own. But yeah, I just want to throw that out the bat. I have not. There's a lot of classic movies that I need to watch because I feel like I'm missing out on some great villains when I haven't seen some of these.
One thing I also did, and I did this just for myself. It wasn't like I messaged Daniel. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I was like, all right, I'm only gonna pick a villain from one franchise. So like, I only have like one Marvel villain in here. So, just a spoiler in advance. Out of all the Marvel movies, I picked one villain. So
same. Well, actually, yeah, I have one in my list. So I only have. So I did kind of like a 2 Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
I'll
We'll get to
explain it
it.
when we get there. I'll explain it when we get
That's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Okay.
But yeah, I have a 10 and I have 4 honorable mentions. So you want to start with the honorable mentions first, or you want to go through our 10 and then list off the honorable mentions?
Dealer's choice. You pick. It's up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
We'll start off with honorable mentions this time.
Okay.
So Josh, what's your first honorable mention? Actually,
I
name
have-
off 2 because you have one more than I
Yeah,
do.
okay.
So give us 2 of your honorable mentions.
I have Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat 1995 movie
Okay.
by Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. I love Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Like, I watched that movie religiously as a kid growing up, even though I probably shouldn't have. And he's great as Shang Tsung. So, yeah, I threw him in there as an honorable mention. The next one, I was like, I gotta have somebody from Conan in here. So I had Thulsa Doom from
Hey,
Conan the
that's a
Barbarian,
solid
James Earl
choice, yeah.
Jones.
That's a solid choice. Okay.
And he almost made it on the actual list. This also isn't in any particular order, but Thulsa Doom was very close to getting on my list.
He's a good choice. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't even include him in my list, but I
Hey,
man, I kind of want to now because he's great. But
yeah,
yeah,
he's a good villain. I love him.
even as like an honorable mention because yeah, he's a great villain. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
And he's so like unsettling with all the snakes and his stairs and all that shit. I like Thulsa Doom as well. But yeah, what are your honorable mentions, Daniel?
So I'll start off with the first one that I have, and then we'll go back to you, and then
Okay.
it'll be back like that. So I have one of my first ones is Dr. Hannibal Lecter from the Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon and Hannibal and all that stuff. Anthony Hopkins, great. He's just a very like unsettling, like fava beans and all that kind of creepy shit. So he did good. I haven't seen the TV show, but we're not talking about TVs right now. But I haven't seen the Mads Mikkelsen version of the character, so just so you guys are aware, where this is the movie villain list. So I'm talking strictly about the Anthony Hopkins version of the character. So he's pretty good. And then yeah, so I almost kind of included him in my top 10, but I was like, I was just throw him in the honorable mentions because there was a few other ones that I like more. But anyway.
Yeah.
What's another one of your honorable mentions?
Another one of mine is Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Ooh, yeah,
Hugo Weaving. Almost on my top 10. Another one of those that was almost on my top 10. Agent Smith is a force through all 3 of the Matrix movies. And Hugo is just great as Agent Smith. I love him. So he's a good villain. Especially in the first movie where they have
in the first movie.
Morpheus all chained up and shit. Like that was one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that's another solid pick, I feel.
Yeah.
My next one is Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Oh shit!
I really like Doc Ock.
It's a
in
good
that movie,
one.
and we're bringing him back for for
solid pick.
For No Way Home. But yeah, he's such a great he's such a great villain because he's kind of like a misunderstood villain. He's not like he's a bad guy and he does bad stuff, but like you can sympathize with him. You know what I mean? Like for the things, some of the stuff he's doing. So
yeah.
Yeah, and then ultimately he kind of redeems himself in the end too, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I like Alfred Molina's Doc Ock.
Gotcha. Next up, I have Alonzo Harris from Training Day, Denzel Washington.
Dude, that's a movie I haven't seen, and just like so, I have to be honest, I have to rewatch that movie because I don't remember much about it.
Oh man, I love Training Day. I haven't seen it in a while either, but one of the things I remember is Denzel Washington as Alonzo in that movie, and he's just great. He's a great bad guy that is like, he's like, King Kong ain't got shit on me, like fucking. I love that line in that movie. So Denzel, I also wanted to throw Denzel on here because I love Denzel Washington. So Training Day's a great movie.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta rewatch that movie. Yeah, man. If you're down to watch it, fucking let me know.
Yeah.
I definitely need to rewatch it. I don't remember much about the movie, to be honest. The next pick, my next one I have here is Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Oh yeah.
He's a really good one. He almost made it to my top 10 list, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you make a top 10, it's like, damn, you got to cut some people out. So I had to have him in here, but he's a good villain. Alan Rickman's Hans Gruber, solid villain for that movie. Yeah, he's just great. That's, you know, had to have him in here as at least an honorable mention.
Yeah. My last one is Little Bill from Unforgiven, Gene Hackman. So if you remember Little Bill Daggett, I believe is his the full name. In Unforgiven, the fucking mean ass sheriff, I think he is, of that town. God, he's such a prick and like fucking. Yeah, I just I love. He's a great villain. Like
What an asshole.
that ends up tangling with Clint Eastwood. So that was my last one.
My last
All right.
honorable mention is Bruce the Shark from Jaws, because
True.
this is a classic one, and it's not what you would typically think of, but Jaws is one of those like classic, like it's like the classic blockbuster, right? It's like the movie that
Mhm.
started like all this like big, you know, big movie dealio, and yeah, I don't know, it's just the out of the box kind of thing, and I figured, you know what, Jaws is a classic movie with a, you know,
Mhm.
it made he was so much fuck, it's so impactful that it made people not want to go swim for a while, you
Yeah,
know, like
he made people afraid to go in the
like
water.
yeah, it had such an impact, you know, and it's a classic movie, so why not throw in Bruce the Shark, right? Fuck it.
Yeah.
But that's my
Um.
last honorable mention.
Yeah. I do want to say also before we get started with the main picks is I stayed away from like horror movies except for like one. There's like one that I stayed away from.
I
So,
got you.
because I really challenged myself on these, because I tell you, when you messaged me to play Halo, I was like, my brain was fried by that point, because I was like, I've been working on trying to
You were
think of these
thinking,
fucking
right?
villains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So I'll start with my 10, and then we'll swap to you. My number
Wait,
10.
so
Oh, wait,
you're gonna do all your 10 and then I do all my 10, or how are we
No, no,
gonna
no,
do
no,
it?
no. I was gonna start at like my number 10 and then go up. It's not in any order. I just
Oh,
meant I
okay.
have them numbered by like a
Yeah,
dumbass.
no, yeah.
No,
Go for
I
it.
do mine and then you do your 10, and then I do my 9 and
I
then you
got
do
you.
your 9.
I got you. Go
Gotcha,
for it.
gotcha.
What's your first one?
Okay.
Or I guess, you know, from bottom to
Yeah.
top, or whatever.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't. Ultimately, it
It's
doesn't
the
matter what order.
it's the
they're in.
it's the way I thought of them. It's kind of how they're numbered.
Yes.
So the one at the bottom, I'm not gonna do nearly as great a job as Shatner, but Khan. I put Khan in from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Ricardo oh god, I can't pronounce it.
Ricardo Montalban
Yeah, that's it. He's my
as
number 10. I remember watching Star Trek 2 a lot as a kid.
Khan.
Yeah, Khan. That's my number 10. Love him as Khan. And he's jacked as shit and has his fucking showing off his chest and shit. Like, he's great. So I love Khan. So he obviously on the list. Who is your next one, Daniel? We'll do that way.
My number 10, I have Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Oh yeah.
Because he is a crazy motherfucker, dude.
Straight up.
He's just a psychotic, crazy, strange, like weird motherfucker, dude. Like he's just he's just a, you know, one of those crazy asses, man. Like goes on a killing spree and talks about returning videotapes and shit, dude. Listens to Huey Lewis and the news. Like he's just you know, it's a solid. When I was thinking of this list, I was like, man, this honestly, this like bottom spot here that I'm starting with was kind of tough, because I'm like, do I include this guy, or do I include like Hans Gruber or like somebody else? Like it was kind of a tough one, but like, you know what? I was like, fuck it. We're just, you know, we'll just throw him in here. You know, I'm sure if you ask me on like another day, it'll probably be somebody else, but we'll throw him in here for now. He's a good villain. which he's also kind of our main. He's also our protagonist, but he's a villain. So
Yeah.
that is going to be kind of an ongoing thing here
Yep.
for a few of my picks. But anyway,
That's the same.
yeah. So he's my bottom pick or whatever. My
Yeah.
last choice, number 10, whatever.
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
We're just numbers don't denote rank. It's just the order we
Yeah.
thought of.
Yeah.
So
So number 9.
my next pick at number 9 is also could be argued that he's the good guy, but he's not. He's totally not. He's absolutely a fucking villain. So I went with Michael Corleone from The Godfather Part 2 by Al
Yes.
Pacino. Absolutely is throughout the whole Godfather series is so interesting to see Michael go from I don't want a hand in my father's business to I'm running the business to doing some really fucked up shit in The Godfather Part 2. I don't want to talk a lot because I don't want to spoil it because there's people that have not seen The Godfather or any of those movies. But suffice to say, absolutely the fucking villain, but also the character we follow throughout the Godfather series. So that is my number 9.
Very nice, very nice. My number 9 is Gollum from The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, good pick.
So when you think of like villains in Lord of the Rings, you probably think of like Sauron and stuff, right? And I could have gone with Sauron, but I'm like, nah, dude. Fucking Gollum is a little conniving ass little bitch that's with fucking Sam and Frodo throughout this entire journey. Tries to, not only have Frodo turn on Sam, which is his true number one homie. There is no bigger homie than Samwise, bro. That dude, he literally carried Frodo to the fucking volcano, to Mount Doom, bro. Like, there is no bigger homie than that, all right? And this fucking conniving weasel Gollum tried to turn Frodo against him the entire time. And not only that, but then in the end, he fucking, he was all for the ring, dude. Like he bit off Frodo's finger, and he was a bitch the whole time, dude. And Andy Serkis did such a great job with this character, like such a fantastic job. He set like the standard for like mocap, like CG character like acting work, like he is that dude. When you think of that kind of character, you think of Andy Serkis, so yeah, he is that dude. And yeah, he's just a Gollum is just a punk ass, man. He's such a punk ass. So I had to, and I love Lord of the Rings, so I thought he was a decent pick, so throw him in there for my number 9.
Correct. Awesome. Dope AF. Okay, my number 8 is when obsession goes too far. I picked
Ooh.
Robert the Great Danton Angier from The Prestige, played by Huge Jackman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huge Jackman. There you go.
Yeah, Huge
So that's a
Jackman.
movie that I have seen, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I need to rewatch it because I don't remember a lot about it. So
absolutely, because we follow Hugh Jackman the most throughout that movie, and you see him just become obsessed with defeating like Christian Bale's character, whose name I can't think of right fucking now, but
I mean, I
he's
just told you,
what I remember.
know.
His obsession
Yeah.
with beating him drives him to become a villain and commit some heinous acts in that movie. That movie is amazing. I love that movie.
I feel like I need to rewatch that one. What's the other one? Man, there's a lot of like early 2000s to mid 2000s movies that I need to rewatch. Like, what's another?
The Great Prestige is
what am I
actually one of my
thinking of?
favorite movies. So that's why he's like sticks in my brain because it's like I love that movie.
What the fuck is that other movie? Memento? Yeah, I need to rewatch Memento. What's that other one? Fuck, I don't remember, but there's a few other ones that like man, I need to go back and rewatch some of those.
So I'm glad I'm hitting you with these movies that you need to see again.
No, well, I'm telling you, dude. As I was making this list, I'm like, fuck. There's so many like classic like even like The Prestige, which is not like it's 2006. It's not like classic, but like I just need to
Mhm.
watch some of these older movies. And like I've seen The Prestige, but it's been so long. I need to rewatch it to like have it in my brain. Because if you tell me, as you ask me about The Prestige right now, I couldn't tell you much about it because I'm just like I've seen it, but like I don't know. I don't remember a lot, so I need to go back and rewatch that one. But yeah. I mean that's a from solid cast from what I remember in that movie. Like it has
Good
like
movie.
what like Christian Bale and like
Michael
Michael
Caine.
Caine and
Mhm.
Huge Jackman, like you said,
Mhm.
ScarJo, I think, right?
ScarJo's in that movie. Yeah.
I don't remember who else is in it, but I remember those four. I think. Yeah, I need to watch it. Where is that? Is that like on HBO or like
I don't
somewhere
know.
maybe?
Probably somewhere.
Anyway, we're getting off of a little bit of a tangent here.
We're like, we should
I'll
watch The
figure
Prestige. Let's hit it.
the
Yeah, let's go.
Prestige. Right? Anyway, I'll figure that out after. But yeah. Oh, it's on Paramount, dude. I don't have Paramount Plus. Oh, it's on Hulu too. Never mind.
Oh, I got Hulu. Oh yeah.
Anyway, uh,
who's,
so
who's your number 8?
my number eight. My number 8 is Thanos from the Marvel Infinity Saga.
Ah, there you go.
So I chose one Marvel villain, and it was Thanos because you could throw in Loki or Killmonger. I considered Killmonger as well because like his like villain thing is kind of like one of the better ones, like his path to become a villain is kind of more
Mhm.
understandable or relatable or the whatnot. But ultimately, I just went with Thanos because he's sorry about
Gotcha.
that. Thanos is like the only villain to win. He wins an Infinity War. At the end of the movie, he kills everybody, or not everybody, but he wipes out half a life, and he's just there looking on a grateful universe on his farm and everything. Man, he's just
Mhm.
and that was one of the times when I watched a Marvel movie. I was like, wow, they've never done this before. Every other Marvel movie, the hero wins and the villain is either dead or imprisoned or captured or something. And at the end of this movie, Thanos fucking did his thing, dude. He went out here, he whooped on the Avengers single handedly, and he snapped half a life away. And we're ending this movie with the bad guy winning, and it was nuts. The Infinity War is still one of my favorite Marvel movies, and it's
Gotcha.
yeah, I just Thanos and Josh Brolin, dude, like he does a
Mhm.
good job as Thanos, man. So yeah, if I was gonna go with only one Marvel villain, it has to be Thanos. So out of all of them, so
All right.
that's why I went with him.
All right. My number 7 is Commodus from Gladiator, Joaquin Phoenix.
Hey,
I had to throw him on here because he's such a fucking. He's insane. His character is
yeah.
crazy.
Well, let me tell
And
you
like,
what, Josh.
yeah.
I also have him on my list. I had him one spot above, but we'll include him here on
There you
I'll just
go.
talk about it now. Commodus, yeah, he's a fucking bitch, is what he is. Fuck you, Commodus. Like Joaquin Phoenix does such a good job of making that character
yeah,
such an
boy.
unlikable piece of a big old piece of
Piece of
trash.
trash.
Fuck you, Commodus. Yeah, like goddamn, Joaquin Phoenix, man, he's so good, dude. Because fuck Commodus. All my homies hate Commodus, dude. Fuck that guy. So yeah, that's how you know you have a great villain when you just fucking hate
Yeah.
that guy,
He
dude.
sticks in my mind is the thing. And like that's what a lot of these do. They stick in my brain when I think of a
Yeah.
villain. So that's why he's on the list. When I thought of a villain, I was like, oh, I gotta put Commodus on here. Because he's a
Yeah.
fucking piece of shit. Fuck
He's a
that
big
guy.
piece of shit, dude. Fuck Commodus, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. You have anything else more? I know I kind of like jumped
No,
in on
no,
your
you good,
pick,
you
but
good, buddy. He's just insane. So I love him. Joaquin Phoenix
yeah,
does a great job.
he's yeah, he does a phenomenal job. He's fucking great as Commodus, but fuck, I hate that guy, dude. Every time I love that movie, but every time I see Commodus, I want to kick his ass. He's such a bitch, dude.
Yeah. Who do
Anyway,
you got next?
my next one is Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hey, Freddy.
Classic horror villain. Out of all those like horror villains, like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and all those dudes, I don't want to include like multiple because we're not doing we already did a Halloween villain list already, so I didn't want to include those guys. But like, if I had to choose one of those horror movie dudes, Freddy was like always the one that always, he was the dude, he was the guy. Like I always watched Nightmare on Elm Street probably more than any of the other ones. So Freddy Krueger,
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
All
He's
right.
the one, man. So yeah, Robert England, man, fucking killed it as Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Face of a
just
franchise, many movies.
many movies.
Much beloved actor to this day, even.
Yeah. So if I had to go with one of them, he was the dude, and that's why we have him in here. So yeah, he was
Yeah.
my next pick.
All right. My next one is pure nostalgia. Imhotep from The Mummy, the
Imhotep, nice.
Brendan
That's a
Fraser
solid one.
mummy, Arnold
Yeah.
Vosloo. Loved. I saw The Mummy in the theater and loved it. Still love it to this day. We'll watch it any day of the week, any time, any hour, any minute. I'll throw on The Mummy. I love it. The character, and like this is the closest I probably come to having a horror villain on here, because Imhotep in the early part of that movie is terrifying. It's a terrifying looking mummy that sucks the fucking skin off people and shit, and it's
Yeah,
nasty.
dude, fuck that. He takes like eyeballs and shit, dude.
Yeah. Oh, and it has like, I feel bad for like the character that loses his tongue in the movie. I'm like, this is so
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And then later on, fucking Benny and Imhotep get that
Oh,
dude and then
fuck you,
fucking
Benny.
kill him. I'm like, fuck these guys. They're terrible. Terrible villains. Which is good. That's why they're on the list. I had to throw The Mummy on here.
That's a good pick. That's a pretty damn good pick.
Yeah. What do you got next?
My next one is Tony Montana from Scarface,
Hey.
1983. So this is another case of the villain being the
I'm
protagonist.
betting those cockroaches. Yeah.
Fuck you, man.
Ah, fuck you, man.
Take another
We quote
Quaalude,
Tony
she love
Montana all the time.
me. Take another Quaalude, she loves me again in the morning.
Yeah.
Fucking
Ain't that right, Frank?
fly, pelican, fly. Yeah, so if you guys couldn't tell, we fucking love Scarface.
Oh, love it. It's such a good movie.
This is the case. He's for sure a villain. He is a lovable, hateable villain that's super quotable. Very, very, just one of such an iconic fucking portrayal, dude. Like fucking this dude inspired rappers of our fucking of like the early 2000s and shit, like to fucking have all this, be the way that they are.
The world is yours.
Yeah, the world is yours.
They always had it on during like MTV's Cribs and shit in the background playing
Yeah, like
Scarface.
exactly, right? Like he's fucking he's such a great character, man. Al Pacino does such a good job, the Spanish sometimes as a Spanish speaker, I'm like, okay, it could be better, but like, what, like whatever. I can disregard that because like it's such a like iconic portrayal of the character, and it's like such a
Yeah.
it's just so good, like it's fucking great, man. Like and again, another case of the protagonist being the villain, but he's still a villain, because he does some
Still bad
he does
guy.
some cool shit, he does some terrible shit.
He's a drug kingpin, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like...
Exactly, like and then again, like we just we love the guy, so he's a very very. If you didn't hear us at the beginning here, we're quoting all kinds of shit. So yeah, great fucking character, Tony Montana.
All right.
Number
My
4
next
for you?
one, number 5 for me.
Number
That's what I
5.
have.
Oh,
I think because we both had Commodus.
they both Commodus, yeah.
Yeah, that messed up our count a little bit. But number 5 for me is my MCU villain, and I had to pick between him and Thanos, and I ended up going with him instead. I went with Baron Zemo from
Ooh,
Captain America Civil
interesting.
War.
Baron Zemo, okay.
Because I feel like he succeeds in his plot to separate the Avengers and make them fight each other. He still ends up getting captured in the end, but even though captured, I still feel like he kind of wins.
I
But
mean,
yeah, I just
he
I like
succeeded
him.
for sure in Civil
Yeah,
War.
hell, I like his character. He's very low key as he rolls through that movie, and is just great. And then, even though we're not talking about the TV series, it just gets built on even more in the oh my god, why am I blanking on the fucking name of the show? Uh, Captain
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Falcon Winter Soldier. That's it. Goddamn. I was fixing to say Captain Falcon. No, that's not right.
Captain. Well, funny enough, they mentioned that in the show too.
I look like an idiot. But yeah, I went with Baron Zemo. I almost went with Thanos, but I wanted to go with Zemo because
You
he's
went with
not a
you went with a
super-powered
different pick,
individual.
yeah.
He's just a dude. He's a highly trained, pissed off, motivated guy. And when you have those kind of people, they can do just about anything, even against super-powered individuals. So, that's why I threw him on here instead of Thanos, and that's my MCU villain.
That's it's a different pick, man. Like I got Thanos, you got Zemo, and him. That's
I almost put Thanos
great,
on
man.
here. He was almost here. He really was.
So we are at number 4, correct?
Yes, we're at number 4.
Bum, 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 bum. The Terminator. I have him at my number 4 pick with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm talking about the Terminator from the first movie.
Yeah, boy.
Because he is a villain in that first movie. So that is the one I'm talking about. And he's like a cold, menacing, doesn't talk a lot, just stone face killer, dude. Like he will fucking kill your ass, dude. So I love the like I might be one of the few people that almost kind of prefers the first movie to the second movie. Like I still don't know if I think that, but like I think the first movie is like should have more credit, dude. Like I know people always talk about the Judgment Day being like the big one, which like yeah, Judgment Day is great, but like man, the first movie though, dude, like fucking it's almost a fucking horror movie with fucking Arnold being the Terminator trying to hunt down Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, man. Like it's crazy, dude. Like I don't know, I just love it, and then also that it's like set in like the late '80s too and everything. Like I don't know, I just dig the whole. That first Terminator movie to me is just fucking great, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I love the way Arnold portrays that Terminator in that first movie. And yeah, I mean, even like when he gets injured and like he has to like, mess with his eye and you see the red eye and it's just the rest of his face. And it's like, man, that's kind of creepy looking, man. Part of it has to do with special effects of its day and time, but I mean, it just works, I think. So
Fucking Arnold shaved his eyebrows for that movie.
yeah, so that's the Terminator, the OG one.
It's a solid pick.
That one. That number 4.
Solid. My number 4 is Francis Frank Costello from The Departed, Jack Nicholson.
That's another movie I have to rewatch because yeah.
I love gangster and mob movies. Jack Nicholson is fantastic in The Departed as playing Frank Costello, who it will throughout the starts off like somewhat normal and then just gets crazier and crazier and crazier as the movie goes on and does drugs and like kind of it's just his character's just a psycho. Until we get to the end where he's like, yeah, he's informant on the FBI and like he ends up getting killed and stuff. So to me it's like probably one of Nicholson's best roles and really like the last one I remember him in that I watched a lot. So I threw him on my villain list because yeah. Who do you have next, Daniel?
My next one is I have the Joker from The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger's the Joker. He's one of my favorite villains of all time. I really like that interpretation of the Joker. And that's to me, I could watch that movie any day. I could throw it on and watch it whenever. And I just love that version of the character. It's such a solid, like, again, for me, one of my favorite villains of all time. Like, he probably would be number 2. He was gonna be number 2 for me, to be honest. But I had a little bit of a dilemma for my number 1, so I kind of made my number 1, and my number 2. We'll get to that here when we get there, but yeah. So that's yeah. So I
All
just
right,
love Heath Ledger's the Joker, and it's ever since that movie
solid.
came out, I just love that version of that character, and it's
Yeah.
just one of my all time favorites forever now. Like it's just such a good version. So anyway,
All right.
R.I.P. Heath Ledger, dude.
Yeah. Uh, my next pick is General Zod from Man of Steel, Michael Shannon.
Mm.
I really liked Michael Shannon's interpretation of General Zod in that movie.
I will find him. Yeah,
Yeah. And then at the end he's like, "You've destroyed my purpose," and like that shit. Like
yeah. He's a
he's
really good.
great.
Yeah, he's. I always thought about putting him in my honorable mentions because he's so good, dude. Like I really like that version of General Zod.
I like him too, and I also really like Michael Shannon, so that might be why he's on this list.
Yeah, I mean Michael
But
Shannon. I mean he kills it, dude. He does such a good job,
but he's great as General Zod, and I almost made this a double pick because I love both General Zods.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
mean,
I'll put them
yeah,
both out here.
fucking Terrence Stamp is also a good General
Yes,
Zod.
I like
Neil,
both General Zods. Neil, yeah.
yeah, so good, dude.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
I don't want to cheat the system, but if I can, both General Zods are fantastic. I love them both for different reasons. Um, the biggest one is like almost like the uh Zod sees himself as the hero saving his people. So like that those kinds of characters always appeal to me, even though he's a villain.
no, yeah.
Um,
I also love that
mhm,
the General Zod. And though both, like we were saying, I think they're both
mhm,
great.
yeah. Uh,
Uh,
and I figured you'd appreciate that because I know you love
yeah,
Man of Steel, and I love Man of Steel.
I do love Man of Steel. I
uh,
journeyed across an ocean of stars to find
uh,
him. So good. Uh, so I'm
who's
gonna
your
go ahead
number
and just
two?
do. I'm gonna do my 2 and number 1 because
Okay.
they're both connect. They're both connected. So, uh, yeah. So I was I was conflicted on my number 1. I had Vader originally, but then I thought, well, if I'm gonna have a Star Wars villain, the ultimate Star Wars villain is not Vader; it's Palpatine. So my number 1, my number 2 is Darth Vader, and my number 1 is Emperor Palpatine. So I
Hey,
didn't want to do this. I didn't want to have 2 Star Wars villains in this list. I almost considered doing them both like as my number 1A, 1B, as like here's my number. I'm the cheating method of having both for one, but I don't want to cheat and have them both as number
hey,
1. So I did Vader 2, Emperor 1. Vader is a great Star Wars villain, as we know. Original trilogy, Rogue One, and Rebels and everything. Well, I mean, that's a TV show, so we're not gonna count that. But you know what I mean. Vader's a great Star Wars villain, but like the ultimate Star Wars villain is clearly clearly Palpatine. Because here's the thing:
masterful manipulator, man.
Palpatine is the villain in all 3 of the trilogies. In all 3 of the trilogies of the Skywalker saga, everything's fucked up. Why? Because that old prune-faced raisin is in the middle of everything, fucking everything up. From Phantom Menace, starting up his, grand master plan to turn from Senator Palpatine into Chancellor Palpatine. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, the creation of the clone army because of the Separatist crisis. Episode 3, fucking initiating the grand plan and eradicating the Jedi and initiating Order 66 and turning the Republic to an empire. And then in the original trilogy, he's only really in like the sixth, episode 6. Well, I mean, he appears in hologram in Empire, but like so you kind of see him introduced into there. They tell you that's how you kind of know that Vader isn't the big bad or whatever. But in Return of the Jedi, you get to see that he's like the big bad guy, and we know how big of a part he is in that movie. He tries to turn Luke, and he like once he sees Vader's done, he's like, all right, well, you come and replace him, Luke, and be my apprentice, and we know how that turned out. But and then even in the sequel trilogy, which I will say this, no matter how you feel about Palpatine returning in the sequel trilogy, because I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of him returning in the sequel trilogy, but we're not talking about feelings here. We're talking about facts. And the fact is Palpatine is the main villain in that trilogy too, because he is the puppet master behind all that bullshit. Behind Snoke, behind the Final Order and the First Order and all that bullshit. Everything is because of him again. Which again, I wouldn't have done if I was in charge of that, but we're not talking about feelings here. We're talking about facts. And the fact is that in all three trilogies, all that bullshit happens. The Skywalkers are fucking as a family getting fucked up by Palpatine throughout 3 entire trilogies. And this old man is the cause of all that. So he is like the ultimate villain to me. Because for 3 separate movie trilogies, he was fucking with this family, dude. So anyway, Palpatine is my number 1, and Vader's my number 2. So those
Gotcha.
are my that's my top 10 villains and why and all that. So there you go. Ian
Right.
McDiarmid is a great Palpatine, by the way.
Yeah. My my number 2, anybody knows me knows I love James Bond, and anybody that really knows me knows my favorite James Bond is From Russia with Love. So my favorite Bond villain is Donald Red Grant, who is the villain, he's technically the henchman of that in that movie, where he is the opening of the movie is showing off his training, and he kills a James Bond lookalike. And honestly, is one of the very few people, in my opinion, that kind of gets the better of Bond. And if it wasn't for his own fuck up, he probably would have killed James Bond. So he's played by Robert Shaw, who was in one of Daniel's earlier picks, Jaws. So that's my number 2. I love From Russia with Love. I love watching James Bond movies, and that's my favorite one. And my number 1 is Darth Vader, because growing up as a kid, it's Star Wars, and who is more intimidating than Darth Vader in Star Wars, particularly with The Empire Strikes Back, because as Han says, they were torturing him. They didn't even ask him any questions. They just tortured him. So, I don't need to say anything on Star Wars. It's Vader. Everybody knows Vader. Everybody knows why he's the villain. And everybody knows why he's my number 1 pick. So,
There you go.
he's on there. Those are my top 10s.
There you have it.
And I almost had the same dilemma that Daniel did with Palps, except for like I was thinking to my childhood, who was my scarier villain. So
Yeah, that's fair.
But
there you
yeah,
go. Those are our top 10s. Very, very different. We had some similar picks, but yeah, very, very for the
honestly,
most part, very different. I
might be
applaud
the
you,
most
Josh,
different
for,
list we've ever done. Really,
probably, yeah. We only had like what, Vader and Commodus?
and Commodus, I believe, was our links. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, not bad, not bad. I applaud you, Josh, for going outside the box a little bit for your picks. I know mine were a little bit more safe, but you know, sometimes that's just how it be. Again, the main thing that I realized watching this is I need to watch more classic movies, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
let's do it.
I'm talking about like fucking like 1931 Dracula, you know, like fucking like some of these other older like fucking One Flew Out of the Cuckoo's Nest, like shit like that, you know what I mean? Like I need to watch some of these older movies.
Even
that I just,
Casablanca has a villain.
I gotta watch. That's another one I need to watch. Like, damn, so many classic movies that I haven't seen yet, bro. And I'm like, I gotta watch these, man. Like damn. But anyway,
I've really racked my brain over trying to make my picks. It was not easy.
no, it's not easy at all. You'd think it would be, but nah, man, it's not. It's not easy at all. It is not easy at all. But that's our top 10 with a couple or several honorable mentions. Let us know what your guys' top 10 villains are. Do you have a top 10, or just name or just throw down some, you know, some list or just list down a couple of your favorite villains of all time? If you have a list, if you have some honorable mentions, throw it down there in the comments and whatnot. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Spotify or whatever, like hit us up on Twitter. You know, I'd be curious to hear what you guys what some of your favorite villains are. You know, because
Yeah.
everybody's got their own favorites. So definitely hit us up and let us know.
All right. I believe that's gonna do it for the show, guys. I have food coming. I know Daniel probably needs to get a snack or some food. So let's do our goodbyes,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about what we're doing throughout the week. So you're up, buddy.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Clockwork Cantina. Coming up for me on stream, I'm gonna be playing some more Animal Crossing on Friday. Then I think tomorrow I'll probably play some of that Pokemon game, the MOBA one that I don't really play MOBAs, but I've been wanting to try that one out for a while, so we're probably gonna try it out tomorrow. See how that is. And then what else do I want to play? I'll probably play some more Apex and Fall Guys throughout the week as well. So definitely, if any of that is interesting to you, come check it out. We'll be playing some of that on stream. And then yeah, I'm off stream. I'm probably gonna be watching some more. I'm probably gonna finish up Cowboy Bebop, and then I'll play some more Halo with Josh. And yeah, we will report back. I also need to start Narcos Mexico season 3 because that's out. I want to check that out. But yeah, I'll let you guys know what's up. And yeah, we got some cool things upcoming. Next week's episode for the Cantina is going to be another D&D world building one. So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. That'll probably be on the Tuesday again as well because I'm going to be busy on the Monday. I will be unable to do the episode that day. But for those of you on the watching on the that are not live, it'll be all right. The episode will still be up. So we'll see you guys then.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. See you.
All right, guys. I don't have a whole lot to say here other than just thanks to everybody that comes out to the show. We appreciate you coming out every week. Thank you to everybody that downloads the episodes, that watches the episodes, that follow us on all the things because I can see that stuff. I got analytics, and I know you guys do. So appreciate and love you guys for that. I don't have anything planned for streams or anything like that. At least not until I get this new camera. I was gonna start streaming once I got this new camera, but I gotta wait for that to get fixed up. So that's gonna do it. Get your vaccines, get your flu shots and stuff, man. Stay safe out there throughout this winter, and if it's within your means to do so, go check out the Eternals. Don't let reviews deter you if you have seen those. Make your own decisions and make your own mind up on things. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.